Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We got a crazy, crazy, crazy story for you guys here tonight, man. A crazy, crazy story that I just found out about not too long ago that I want to get into. But before we get into it, please make sure y'all check in and let us know where you're coming in from. We're gonna be getting into this story in the next 2 minutes or so. Let me do my normal shout outs to everybody that's coming in. Somebody said, "What? Yep. Looks like we got some drama in LA. Shout out to Zeno Omega, Richie Small. Shout out to you, Frederick MD in the house of always. Shout out to Maryland, the LA Bandit. Shout out to you, Charlotte, North Carolina in the building. Shout out to Ivory Coast. We got Philly in the building. Joe Mama. Shout out to you, fam. Ruro. Shout out to Ricky and the Boogie Down Bronx. B Skrills. I see you there. Shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina in the building, New Orleans. We're gonna get it going in the next minute or so. Let me just give my shout outs. Welcome all the viewers in. Big brother Knit. I see you in Jackson, Mississippi. We got Milwaukee in the building, Puerto Rico. Shout out to Compton, California in the building. I see Kenneth coming in. Dio Paris, Strong Island. Shout out to you. What else we got? Australia, Westchester, Ohio, Sam I Am in Hollywood, California. Empress Me Please. Shout out to Silver Spring. I was actually born in Silver Spring, Maryland. Anyway, shout out to you. Robert, Oak Park, Northern Virginia. What else we got? Albany. We're going to get into it in the next 30 seconds. We got a crazy story that just came out. It's actually happening all over the internet here. Let me see if I can actually pull up. Let me see. Where did I get this news from? Let me see. ESPN. I saw it on ESPN. We got Oak Park, California. Shout out to Anthony. I see you out there. Okay, we got a bunch of stories. All right, cool. Let me send this. Let me pull it up on ESPN as well on Instagram so y'all can check it out as well. Okay. We're going to get into this live in the next 10 seconds. Let me just pull up this report here. Let me got ESPN. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got a crazy story. Crazy story coming out of the NBA. As you guys know, Kawhi Leonard is expected to miss the next few weeks. I heard that from Shams yesterday. Then it also got verified by Brian Windhorst, I believe, on ESPN. That was yesterday or today when Stephen A. Smith was going off on Kawhi Leonard. So we know that he's injured. Obviously, the Clippers had their debut game in the Intuit Dome Arena yesterday. Pretty crazy there. So shout out to the Clippers for pulling that off. Shout out to Cincinnati, Ohio, San Francisco. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. So we know that, right? And all we got was that Kawhi Leonard, they didn't even introduce him in the game. They were saying that maybe they were afraid that maybe some of the fans would boo him, but he was definitely there in attendance. And he was looking like Kawhi normally does. No expression, no nothing, just normal Kawhi. But later this evening, we got a breaking story and we got multiple reports here. So I want to share it with you guys in the comment section here so y'all can check it out for yourself while we're live. And I'm also read from an article. So this is from Instagram. Let me just make sure I got the right thing. Okay, there you go. Okay, great. So basically, this is from ESPN. This story, I got it via Chris Haynes. But anyway, it says, ex-Clippers staffer sues, says he was fired over Kawhi concerns. A former LA Clippers strength and conditioning coach has sued the team, alleging wrongful termination in part for raising concerns about the management of Kawhi Leonard's health and injuries, according to a copy of the lawsuit obtained by ESPN. Now, that's one source there. We got another one here, and I'm going to read from Yahoo Sports.com, and it says former Clippers trainer suing team says he was fired for voicing concerns over Kawhi Leonard's injuries. Randy Shelton claims Leonard was listen to this. Leonard was subjugated to unsafe and illegal treatments for his injuries. It continues on. A former trainer for the Los Angeles Lakers suing the team, Randy Shelton is claiming he was fired treatments, purports Chris Haynes. The Clippers responded with a statement to Haynes disputing the claims. Mr. Shelton was investigated and found to be without merit. We honored Mr. Shelton's employment contract and paid him in full. The statement read. The lawsuit is a belated attempt to shake down the Clippers based on accusations that Mr. Shelton should know are false. Chris Haynes here. Let me share the tweet with you guys from Chris Haynes. I don't know if the full web address will fit in the comment here. Let me see. No, it's not going to fit. Anyway, so I can't share that with you guys. But Chris Haynes on Twitter basically verified that this guy is going to be, he's suing the Clippers, right? He's suing the Clippers. This post came out not too long ago, a few hours ago, or an hour or two ago, and it's gotten 1.1 million views so far. So this is the breaking story, that the Clippers are being sued by a former staffer that used to work at the team that was fired unfairly, according to him, for raising alarms for using treatments on Kawhi Leonard that he deemed, and I quote, I want to go back to the article and quote the language that he used. He said, unsafe and illegal treatments for his injuries. This is pretty damning. This is pretty damning. And I don't want to dismiss this story, just because the Clippers are dismissing it. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason I don't want to dismiss this story or dismiss this person who's suing the Clippers is because this isn't the first time Kawhi Leonard has had issues with an NBA organization in terms of their medical staff misdiagnosing him. If you remember, I believe it was in 2015 or 16. I think it was in 2016, one of those years. The year Kawhi Leonard, I think it was in 15, they made the run to the playoffs, maybe 15 or 16. It was one of those years where he got injured by Zaza Pachulia multiple times in that series. Kawhi Leonard gets injured. Then he starts rehabbing. And then all of a sudden, we were hearing stories that the Spurs medical staff was saying that Kawhi Leonard was ready, but Kawhi's personal medical team was saying that he was not. And there was this disconnect that took place because, according to reports then, it was 17, it was later, 17. According to reports, the San Antonio Spurs doctors were essentially trying to rush Kawhi Leonard out by saying that he's ready to play because they had an opportunity to win a championship. But Kawhi Leonard and his personal medical team believed that he wasn't ready. And because of that, it caused the relationship to get fractured. Ultimately, Kawhi Leonard staged a mutiny where he said he no longer wanted to play on the Spurs. If you also remember, they had that team huddle where, not the team huddle, the team meeting when they got certain players to basically confront Kawhi Leonard and ask him why he's not playing. I don't know if you guys remember that with Manu Ginobili. Not Manu Ginobili. Was it Manu Ginobili or Tony Parker? I think it was Tony Parker that basically came out there and said, he's not as injured as you know, I had the same injury, so what's the big deal, right? So we had that situation as well. So look, Kawhi Leonard's situation is pretty it's something that has happened before. Ultimately, he got traded to the Toronto Raptors and he won a championship. So Kawhi has a history